A British lawmaker resigned after admitting that he watched porn on his phone in the chambers of parliament, which seems pretty tame considering our Congress allows full penetration.
Apple announced that after 20 years, it will stop production of its iPod Touch because Apple products become obsolete once they're older than the kids who make them.
Colleagues knew he was watching porn when a vote passed by a count of 650 yays to 1 oh my god yay.
Oh, Colin.
The makers of Barbie have introduced the first ever Barbie with hearing aids. It teaches an important lesson. It doesn't matter if you're deaf as long as that body banging.
Kevin Spacey.
Taylor Swift gave a commencement address at NYU's graduation ceremony this week because college is a lot like breaking up with Taylor Swift. You're still going to be paying for it decades later.
Queen Elizabeth made a surprise public appearance this week at the opening of a new train line in London after Prince Charles tied her to the tracks. It's not real.
There are a growing number of nuns who are joining TikTok to show what life in a convent is really like. Because when the Catholic Church tries to connect with young people, it always goes well.
A California hiker who was attacked by a mountain lion said that her dog saved her life by jumping to her defense because after the dog, the mountain lion was way too full to eat anything else. It's not real.
New York City has launched a new campaign to stop speeding in the city with a series of signs designed to scare drivers. The terrifying signs read simply, "Entering New Jersey." A school district in Florida is investigating a picture posted online of students spelling out the N-word. It's a shocking instance of Florida students being able to spell.
A painting by Pablo Picasso portraying his lover as a sea creature was sold at auction for $67 million. It's a beautiful abstract expression of his love and admiration that he named Titty Squid.
A British woman discovered when she got pregnant that she had a second tiny vagina. Yeah, da butt.
A 220-carat diamond known as the Rock will become the largest white diamond ever auctioned off. Wow, 220 carats. I mean, can you imagine the size of the child who mined that? Kid's huge, man.
Happy Mother's Day. Senator Mitch McConnell, seen here watching a shelter dog get passed up for adoption, led a congressional delegation for a surprise visit to Ukraine today. It's weird because usually when McConnell shows up by surprise, it's behind you in the bathroom mirror.
It was announced that a new disco-themed roller skating rink will open this summer in Central Park. Another classic 70s trend returning to the park this summer, stabbings.
Well, at last year's finale, it seemed like COVID was fading, and I said we were about to have the horniest summer ever. And now, summer's hottest STD is monkeypox. The future is looking pretty bleak. I mean, you'd have to be crazy to bring a child into the world right now. I mean, I just did, but don't worry, I've been hoarding baby formula.
Paramount Plus announced they are making a new Yellowstone prequel series that will star Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren. The 79-year-old Ford will play a wealthy ranch owner, while the 76-year-old Mirren will play his grandmother.
A woman at a bachelorette party in Scotland was attacked while wearing an inflatable penis costume. The woman says she's still throbbing and her head feels like it's ready to explode.
The world. You know, as a man, there's no way I can understand the full impact of this issue, but I asked a bunch of women around the office what their personal experience was with abortion, and I got to admit, I learned a lot from the HR meeting they made me go to at the result.
There are also unconfirmed reports that Vladimir Putin will undergo cancer surgery. Wow, I never thought I'd say this, but hey, good luck, cancer.
Former President Trump announced that he is writing a book about alleged voter fraud in the presidential election. The book will contain 8,000 commas and no periods. A new report shows that about 6 million Americans now identify as Afro-Latino. Afro-Latino is also what Spirit Halloween calls their unlicensed Bruno Mars costumes.
It's taking over me, oh what you do to me. Even across the room, I can feel your energy. So what's it gonna be? Think I got what you need. Don't gotta talk about it when we got this chemistry.
A woman on Long Island discovered a diamond ring inside of a glove while trying it on in a department store. And because it was Long Island, it was still attached to a finger.
Virgin Atlantic Airlines announced that it will no longer require female flight attendants to wear makeup and skirts, just as long as their husbands sign the consent form.
A new survey lists the best city to live in the country as Boise, Idaho, while the worst city was once again Rat Orgy, Delaware.
Charmin has introduced a new toilet paper called the Forever Roll, which can last someone up to 1 month. We'll see about that, said Chipotle.
For the entire month of May, Applebee's is serving a margarita for $1 called the Dollarita, after which you're guaranteed to come down with a case of Dollaria.
New Yorker reporter Jeffrey Toobin has been suspended after getting caught masturbating on a Zoom call. And he's from the New Yorker, so you know that jerk was dry as hell.
Oh my God.
In Times Square returned a lost wallet filled with $4,000 cash to its rightful owner. When told how much money was in the returned wallet, the man replied, Last week, HBO aired Leaving Neverland, a documentary detailing multiple child molestation charges against Michael Jackson. And they say this doc has done more damage to Michael Jackson than his last doc, Dr. Conrad Murray.
Krispy Kreme is marking the landing of the rover on Mars by offering a limited edition donut modeled after Mars. It's different from their usual donut, which is modeled after Uranus. Many conservatives in Texas are falsely blaming the state's power outages on renewable energy sources, while other conservatives think that the power outages are more likely the result of gay marriage.
A nail salon in Queens called Isis Nails has finally changed its name after suffering harassment from locals who thought the store was connected to the terrorist group. Though I don't know how much better things will be with their new name, Nailcada.
I'm worried about this one now. An auction of Nazi memorabilia was held, which featured items such as Hitler's top hat and Eva Braun's dress. And it's tough to auction off Nazi memorabilia because everyone always looks like they're bidding. Thank you. Some applause. Wow.
I liked it. Harvey Weinstein has reportedly beaten the coronavirus, but there's still a chance he could be contagious. At least that's what he's yelling to anyone who gets near him in the showers. A 2-year-old in South Carolina found a revolver in the car and ended up shooting his grandmother in the back, like a coward. Which, by the way, this would have never happened if the grandmother also had a gun.